All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the L3R3 podcast with myself, my buddy It's Me Tawan, and my buddy Hard Days Mike. Before we get into any of the topics this week, got to talk about what we've been playing, obviously. So, whoever wants to get started on that first. In fact, you know what, Mike, because I know what you've been playing. So, tell us what you've been playing.
A lot of Dark Tide.
Yeah,
That's really
I think I could have guessed that.
I also picked up a new game called Heretical, which has been very fun. It's kind of it has like a twist of kind of like a roguelike, like Vampire Survivor roguelike elements, and actually kind of Dark Souls esque combat philosophy in it. So it's pretty cool.
Nice. That's good to hear. That's the thing you were telling me to try out, right?
Yeah, give that a shot, like on your Steam Deck or something.
All
I
right.
will have to do it. Okay. So Mike's been doing that. Oh shit! Says my mic is peaking. I don't like that.
I mean,
Okay.
you sound fine. You sound fine to me, at least. I don't know.
I just said it was. I was fully in the red for some reason.
Interesting.
Um. All right. So Twan, where have you been playing since we last talked last weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I mostly been playing, been picking up the GunCon 2 recently again. It's like a light gun controller for the PlayStation 2. So there's like
Mm-hmm.
some, I just kind of been playing, the Time Crisis 2, Time Crisis 3. Been playing also some Vampire Knight as well. Just some little like Namco light gun games. And also another game I was trying was Ninja Assault, and that game is kicking my ass. That game is like probably one of the hardest light gun games I've ever played. And so I've been trying to play. I've been playing that over and over again, trying to beat it. But it's tough. I get close, but it's a really tough game. There's honestly a lot of cheap shots, but it is fun. And other than that, I still been chipping away at Pirate Yakuza, Pirates in Hawaii. So yeah, I've been doing that one. Still,
Nice.
I'm getting it done. I've been playing the arcade a bit. Yeah, I tried. My friend was over last night. He was trying it out. He thought it was great. We watched the Minecraft movie last night. It was probably one of the
Talk.
best theater experiences of my life. So
Did people go crazy when they said the line?
oh yeah, they have everyone went mad. We had a good theater. Like the moment Jack Black said was it Flint and Steel, and everyone was like applying and like yelling. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a good time. Like really, the moment that like it was like right in the start of the movie, I was like, this is gonna be good.
Huh.
So yeah,
I'm
it
happy
was,
everyone had a good time.
yeah,
Right.
everyone we all lost brain cells together. So
Fair.
yeah, it was a good time. So
That's
yeah, that's
great.
it.
Flint and
Yeah,
Steel. It's supposed to be like Rock and Stone. Like
yeah, it was like Flint and Steel. And then he went into the Nether. It's like the Nether. Everyone else also like applaud to that as well. You know.
the fuck is wrong with this movie? I don't
It was-
like
It's
I don't understand
yeah, I had like two friends that came. Like it was like four of us, right? And there's two guys that kind of like went in with like zero context at all, and they were just so
that's
confused.
hilarious.
Like they had no idea what was going on. Like it was just
That's
absolute just
great.
confusion. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I saw something. Let me see if I can find the news on that.
Yeah, it was early on the
Uh,
news. That's how much people are going crazy for this movie. Like, yeah, cops are getting called. Fucking, like, people are getting kicked out. One guy brought in like a live chicken somehow. I don't even know how he even got that in the
yeah, I
theater.
saw that. I
Yeah,
saw some dude brought in a live chicken, and I'm just like,
like,
what the
I can't
fuck
even.
is
I
that?
can barely sneak in snacks. Like, I don't know how they bring in a whole ass
This
animal.
guy bought in
Like,
a fucking bird,
yeah,
dude.
how do you
Like,
do that? Like,
dude, yeah,
like,
Minecraft,
every type of job I've had, I'm so happy I haven't had to work in a movie theater.
dude. A
yeah, like
movie,
imagine this is
especially
like your
now,
first
that'd be
week.
so
Like,
tough.
imagine this is like your first week on the job and the fucking Minecraft movie comes out. Like.
Dude,
I'm just there
I
crashing
actually
out,
might.
yelling at children.
Yeah, dude, like there might be
Dude,
there might be a lot of there might be a problem.
they're gonna have to call the police on me. Minecraft 80 million second weekend. I saw something that was like it's now the 2025's top grossing movie
Yeah, like it's
to no
so
one's
like I think
surprise, I guess.
yeah, like I think the budget was like 150 million and it made like 300 on like the first like few days or something. Like it was
That's just
so like
crazy.
doubled it. It like doubled it like already.
But it's so funny because when they announced Jack Black, I mean, I don't care about Minecraft at all, so I've like
Yeah.
no interest. But like when they announced Jack Black is like, I thought the Minecraft movie was gonna be like look like Minecraft, like it was gonna be just like an
Yeah, like
animated thing.
animated. Yeah, yeah.
And then they're like, Jack Black is Minecraft Steve, and I'm just like, bro, this shit's gonna be garbage, and people love it. It's like changing kids' lives. It's that good.
Yeah, this is, as I was walking out of the theater, one guy was like, "This was the best day of my life."
Yeah,
As I
like
was
What
walking.
the fuck is wrong with everyone? Is it
I,
actually good? I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know, Twan. You tell us. Is it actually good?
Bro, like my brother, no, not my brother, my friend. He was like, he was like, this was the best theater experience of my life. But if I would watch this movie like by myself, you'd have to pay me to watch it. That's what he said.
There you go.
So like,
That makes sense.
That's a
yeah,
ringing endorsement. I
like
could
it was a
honestly
movie you
see
have
that
to see
being
in
the
the
case.
theaters. Like you gotta see it in the theaters. It's just like if watching it like just by yourself at home, like it's just not worth it. Like,
I think
Yeah,
this is like our society having a severe mental breakdown from everything happening in the world. I'm pretty sure this is what this
and
is.
we're all just it's the Minecraft movie is the thing that's gonna cure everyone. It's just
I don't
brainwashing
even.
us.
I think we're like all collectively having a mental breakdown at this point because it reminds me of like that dancing plague. I don't know if you've ever heard of that in like medieval times. There was like a plague known in I believe it was France where people were being known to quote unquote dance themselves to death. And like it like a lot of historians say they think it was like a form of mass hysteria of people like actually just losing their fucking mind because of how awful it was to live back then. It's fucking crazy. But
I mean, I'm sure there's some of that mixed in with what's going on with
yeah,
Minecraft. Because
yeah, like,
I just look at the Minecraft movie and I'm like, there's just no way. There's just no way it's that good to garner the reaction it's gotten. It can't be. Because if it was, then it would be like the greatest movie of all time.
yeah, like literally, I've never gone to a movie with that much hype. Like not even like like not even like Endgame or like No Way Home like reached that level of hype either. Like it's just insane. That's like literally the most hype I've ever seen a movie theater get in my entire life. Like it's crazy, and I wasn't even like expecting it to be that much, but it
Yeah, that's
was.
nuts.
It's just-
Well,
especially like a week into it. Like it was like a week. Like I think it came out like a week ago, and it was still like it still had that same energy too. It's crazy, you know. It was just
shout
a
out to
random theater, and like,
Jack Black and Jason Momoa for changing everyone's lives. For just making people go fucking ape shit for two
yeah, it
hours.
just, yeah, I guess with all everything that's happening in the world, it just Minecraft movie kind of comes out in the middle of it, and people are just latching onto that. I guess I don't know,
They're
but
fucking latching on hard, bud. The videos I've seen, people losing their fucking minds in the theater to that movie. It's like kind of scary a little bit. I don't.
no, dude, they're
It's
fucking going ape shit. They're like
it
losing it.
feels like a cult, dude. I don't know what's happening in the theater, and it feels like
It's
it's
fucking
like
crazy.
something I'm not. It's like I'm not even like it's like a big joke that I'm not in on. I'm
Fucking
just not
feels
in
that
on
way,
it.
dude.
And everyone else is in on it, but I'm not in on it, and I just don't know what's happening.
oh man,
But that's the Minecraft movie. Are you gonna go see it again? Is it one of those things where you're gonna go see it again?
I don't know. I don't know. I have a friend that I have another friend that wants to watch it. I don't know if I'm gonna go through with it though. Like I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could handle that a second time. It was intense. Like like being in
Huh?
the middle of that.
Left emotionally drained. All
Yeah,
right,
I was that took a toll on me. Like
all right. Well, hey, at least that's one of us that's gone to see the movie because I know I wasn't
yeah,
gonna see it. Uh, I imagine Mike's not gonna see it, but
Man,
Tuan has gone to see it.
yeah, I saw it. I saw it. Yeah,
I'm
it was
already
it was
I'm in
alright.
line right now. I've seen the ways of Jack Black.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Black, the greatest actor in human history.
I mean, he's been doing a lot of video game movies. I've been noticing. Like he was,
Yes. He's in
yeah, he was in
Borderlands.
this one. Yeah, Borderlands. I think he was even in the Mario movie as well. Like he played
Hmm.
as Bowser. So yeah, he's been. I guess he's just really into the video game stuff. I guess I don't know.
I think it's because I think he's talked about. It's funny that we're just talking about this on a show, but I think
Yeah.
it's because he talked about the fact that his kid loves video games, and in an
Okay.
effort to like be closer to his kid, he's trying to get into video games, and I
I
guess
thought he
one
actually loves. No, I'm pretty sure he
he
actually
does.
loves
He does.
video games.
Yeah, he
Oh,
does now. Because like at one point he was talking like he didn't understand it, and then like just trying to get into it for his kid, he fucking loves it now.
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
So shout out to him.
but I know the guy from Double Fine. Like I know he's really close with Jack Black as well. Remember,
Yeah.
like when he did the
When
yeah, like he was
Brew
in
Legend.
Psychonauts 2. Yeah, like he Brew a Legend. He was in Psychonauts 2 as well. I'm pretty sure.
Why can't I think of
And
that guy's name? Tim. Tim. Tim.
yeah,
Tim of Legend. Tim something. I can't remember his last name.
yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Fuck.
it's apparently yeah. I know they're pretty close.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to
Yeah,
Jack Black. Okay, so that's what you've been up to. Um,
yeah.
I, I, I don't know. I gotta be real. I don't know what I've been doing.
Mm,
I don't
Yeah,
entirely
me
know.
neither. I called that.
I've, I've been playing literally anything that I like. I'll just go to my library of games and pick something and play it for 5 minutes and say I don't know if I want to play that, and then I'll do the exact same thing and I'll do that like six or seven times a night, and that's usually
Dude,
what I bought Vessel of Hatred for Diablo, and I'll say for Diablo, I have been enjoying that. I haven't played it in a long time. I played a fucking ton of it at launch, and then I haven't really touched it since. And I saw Vessel of Hatred was on sale, and I was thinking maybe I should get Path of Exile, and then I was like, but Path of Exile 2's going to be free when it launches. So why spend the money when I could spend less money to get this on sale and play a game I already know I really like? Tim Schafer, Blind in the chat. Thank you for that. Appreciate you, and also appreciate you for coming by, Blind. But like, I was like, why would I spend the $30 when I could spend 25 to get this on sale for a game I already know I really really enjoy? And I will say I have been really enjoying it. Like, and that's to say I haven't done anything of the Festival of Hatred story. I've just been going to dungeons and killing things, and it's been great. So I've been playing a lot of Diablo 4, Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I beat South of Midnight, which is on the screen because I forgot to capture gameplay to put something new on the screen. So this is South of Midnight gameplay from last week. But just to say, I did beat South of Midnight. That game was good. Um, I think uh, our buddy, I say our buddy, I know you guys don't just talk to him too much, but Loke asked when the game first came out, what was me and Ham's rating for it. I think I said 8 at the time, just based on the little bit I had played. And Ham said like 7 something. I'm still at an 8. I feel like I gotta be real. I feel like it went down a little bit in the middle, just because like there was a plot point in the story that like, not to spoil anything, but I kind of saw it coming, and the way that it just kept being played out, like there was a character that was obviously not good, that was being treated as if they were good, and I was very confused by that. And then at the end of the game, obviously we find out that they're not good. But other than that, I thought the story was good. The combat was kind of it was fine.
mm,
It was serviceable, but it wasn't the best. That was probably the weakest part of the game, to be real, was the combat. And I don't think it was bad. It was just not. It it,
mm,
it was
mm.
not as good as it could have been. Um, and I guess credit to be fair to Compulsion, it's like they've never made a game like this, so I get it. But like, if they did do a sequel, that would be something I would hope is very much improved upon. Story was great though. Art was great. Voice acting was great. Characters were great. Everything else was great. So I give it an 8 out of 10. And then trying to think. You know what I need to play is Adamfall. I've barely touched that.
Dude, I need to as well. Maybe we should both try tackling that shit at the same time because I don't think I'm gonna fucking play anything else unless I have some type of obligation to at this point. Like,
I feel you.
this game has absolutely like Mittens, honey. This is not time for you to walk on the keyboard. I love you very much. But I can't play anything else. Like, I have an issue. This game has ruined my life and improved it in many ways.
I get that. I get that feeling of not being able to play something unless you're kind of obligated to. I'd be down to do that. I would definitely be down to do that because I really do need to play Adamfall because I played a little bit of it and it was fun, and I definitely liked the vibe I was getting from it. But I've not, dude. I legit haven't played it in like 2 weeks. So
Yeah, me neither. I played it on my birthday and I was like, this is incredible. And then I was like, I'm gonna go do something else. And then like a day later, I'm like, I mean, now it's like a month later, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep. So I need to get back into that. I've been
Can I say
playing.
something on a random note?
Go for it.
This is kind of about you telling me to always plug my Twitch stream channel thing. There's a lot
Yeah.
of people I play Darktide with when I play with them at the end of match. I've actually been getting asked recently, do I stream quite frequently now? So,
Nice.
because people say you like, I know I don't talk very much in podcast. I don't know what it is about podcasts, but I very much want to sit here and just like more so observe the conversation sometimes. But you know, I thought that was
Mhm.
very nice that people are asking me if I do, and it's making me want to stream more.
I'd watch. I'm sure there's a lot of people in our friend group that would watch that. Considering how you play FPS games, I would watch you play just about any FPS game.
I don't even think you even need to talk. Just play the game. Honestly, at this point.
Like, yeah, if you felt like streaming one day, but you just didn't want to talk, you could probably get away with just not
just
even
playing the
talking
game.
and just playing
Just
it.
really have like uncommentary gameplay.
Just
you
yeah,
can
just
upload
put it
on YouTube.
Just put it in the
Just
title.
put it on
just,
YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just put it in the title. Say no commentary playing Darktide. Somebody will watch that. I'll probably
Even Doom
watch that.
Eternal-
I'll have that.
Doom
I'll have
Eternal
that
for
on
sure.
the background.
I mean, Doom Eternal for sure. I mean, just like how crazy you get in that game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
100%. So, I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. I don't think I am. I don't know at this point. Like I said, playing games, it's all just it's kind of a blur. It was a blur until I got to Avowed, and now it's kind of a blur until we get to Doom. So, that's kind of where I'm at the moment. But man, let's get into actual topics here. And there was actually a couple things that I saw. I don't know if we can make full topics about, but I just was looking at the news and some of the shit was kind of outrageous. And the first one is Ubisoft says players suing over the cruise shutdown shouldn't have expected to own the game forever.
Dude, holy
Yeah.
Which is an insane
It's just-
headline.
I know, right? It's like Ubisoft are trying to like, I don't know, get people to hate them at this point.
It's nuts
Yeah.
too because they just released Shadows and they got like critical appraisal for that, and then now they're like, we got to do something. We got to do something to piss everyone off. We can't just have good press for a month. We have to do something that'll piss everybody off. They're like allergic to having good press. So I saw that. I thought that was fucking ridiculous. Because, I mean, that's an insane thing to say. Like, you bought this game. You shouldn't have expected to own it. Especially back then especially back in 2013. When, like, the idea... I mean, you know, Xbox did talk about DRM at that time. And they got shit on for it. But, like, with all the pushback that DRM was getting... And the move to, like, digital purchases, like, being a thing for that generation... It's just kind of wild to be like, actually, in hindsight, you guys should have seen this coming. It's like I don't think that's how it works at Ubisoft, but whatever. Second thing, again, I don't know if we can make a topic out of this, but I wanted to bring it up. Naughty Dog announces a complete edition for PS5 of The Last of Us with a $120 collector's edition. So
Yeah, what's it? Yeah, I think I saw that. I'm not sure. Like, what's he actually included in that though? Like,
the physical edition, I have no idea. A steelbook is the only thing I can find right now. It looks like a steelbook, and you get The Last of Us American Dreams comics number 1 through 44 with cover art. So maybe you get like a shit ton of comics, or just like this one thing with little comics in it. I have no idea. But
I,
I just they're releasing it again is the news there.
I
but
just
like,
don't
would it be
get it.
cheaper?
I don't
Would it
get
be?
it.
Wouldn't it not be cheaper just to buy both of the games separately though? Like, I feel like that'd be
Dude,
cheaper.
that is literally what I said on Friday when we talked about this on our show. Is like, dude, the because it's like $100 digitally and $120 for this collector's edition. That's a physical version, and it's like usually the thing with a bundle is that it's a deal,
No, you're paying more to get it
but
together.
but it's like this is not a deal. Also, those games go on sale often, especially like the remake for Last of Us Part One. It goes on sale pretty often on PlayStation. Like,
You can probably find a physical copy for pretty cheap these days. I gotta
yeah, and
imagine.
if you wanted physical, yeah, you
eBay.
could definitely find a cheap physical copy. All you really be getting with this is like the steelbook, which is cool. And then I guess if you're somebody who really wants to see those comics, then I guess this is a good deal for you. But like, I don't know. I just don't know. And I also saw, um, Loke said in our group chat, they're re-releasing this again, making it second behind Skyrim for the most re-releases. And I was curious, so I double checked that this has actually been re-released now more than Skyrim.
That's insane.
Yeah. So Skyrim has
No way. I
Skyrim.
don't believe that.
Dude, I'm gonna find the article that I found. How many times has Skyrim been re-released? This was directly from IGN too, which was great because
Like,
Loke
the thing
loves
is,
IGN.
does multiplats count? Like,
Well, this is the thing. Okay, so where the hell is this IGN article? Skyrim.
would you count the 360 and the PS3 release as a separate release though? Those are technically the same release.
What? I'm sorry. Say that again.
Like, for example, how like Skyrim released on both the 360 and the PS3. Would you count those as two separate releases or the same release?
Same
On the
release,
PS on the PS3 and the 360.
360. Yeah, would you count?
Yeah,
those
that's
as, like, two
that's the
separate?
same because it's the same generation. So here's the thing I found. This is from IGN. How many versions of Skyrim are there? It says in total there are 7. There are 8 of Last of Us. In total, there have been 7 unique releases of Skyrim, and even on this list that they put here, there's only 5. So I don't know where they're getting 7. But let me go through the list for Skyrim real quick. You got the 360 and PS3 and the PC original version. That's 1. Number 2, Skyrim Special Edition. That's PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series X. I don't know why they're counting the PS5 and Series X because that was a special edition upgrade. But whatever. Skyrim on Switch is number 3. Skyrim VR is number 4. And Skyrim Anniversary Edition, which is the upgrade for PS5 and Series X, is number 5. PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and Switch. So I don't know where they got 7 from, unless I'm missing something. But they said 7. They only listed 5 different releases of Skyrim.
maybe the VR. Did they say the VR edition?
Yeah, they said VR, and that was number 4.
How many? How many versions of the VR like did it release on? Because I know it came on PSVR. Did it come on any other platform? Like,
It's
later,
just PC
maybe?
and it was PC and PlayStation. It was just
Yeah.
PC and PlayStation. But with Last of Us, so obviously, I mean, just talking about Last of Us Part 1, because Last of Us Part 2 is a whole different thing. But like Last of Us Part 1 was the PS3, obviously, the remaster on PS4, and then the upgrade on PS5, and then with Last of Us Part 2, PS4, and then PS5, and now this, which And then now this actually again, so 4, 5, yeah. So you're getting it again with this, which I don't know. Actually, that math doesn't add up now that I'm doing that. That would be one less than Skyrim, right?
Sorry.
That'd be one less re-release than Skyrim. Now that I'm doing that math, correct? Because PS3,
I'm gonna be honest
PS4.
with you. You were like listing off so many games, my brain kind of like got like completely like.
That's fair.
Information. That's not
That's
your
fair.
fault either. I'm stupid like that. I wasn't keeping count like that. My bad.
That's fair. So PS3, PS4, PS.
How about this? It's very fucking similar amount of releases. Very at least like essentially neck and neck, and that's insane.
Well, thing is
Yes.
though, the collection you're talking about is technically, it's just the same versions of the game just
Bundled together.
Right?
Yes.
So it's not really a different version of the game.
No,
when you think
it's
about
not.
it. Yeah.
That's fair.
So I guess I don't think it'd really count, right? So, because
Well,
technically
I would only count that because they're selling it again as a separate package. But it is to your point. It is to your point. The same version is what you would get
the
already.
same game. Yeah, you know, it's the same game that you're playing on the same platform and the same code and everything. You know, it's the same game.
Sure. Well, either way, I just thought it was interesting that those were even close to begin with.
Yeah.
But it is
Yeah,
that is the case.
especially for a game that's only released on like one line of consoles too. You know, but at least Skyrim's like multi-platform. You know, it's been released on like every other console. But it's just crazy that a game like that that's only, you know, been on PlayStation got released that many times. And it's crazy how how many times you say it got released? Like 5 times or something like that?
That did what?
Got released like Last of Us got released 5 times, you said, right? Or
Yeah,
something like
counting
that?
counting the PC ports, yes.
Okay. But yeah, it's just crazy how just 3 console generations you could release a game 5 times, you know, when you think about it. like
Yeah.
3 consoles. Just
It's something. They love Last of Us. Did you speaking of Last of Us, I know this isn't video game related, technically because it is Last of Us, but did you see they renewed Last of Us for season 3?
yeah, already.
And I'm just like, dude,
Is season
that
3 even out yet?
no, it's not out yet. It comes out I think this week. But that made me upset because it's like, dude, okay, so you're going to take Last of Us Part 2 and you're going to just make Last of Us Season 2 and just stop midway through and then call the end of Part 2 Season 3 is what you're about to do. Which is kind of annoying to me because that's kind of what they did. That's exactly what they did with Squid Game. The difference is Squid Game wasn't an established IP like Last of Us, but whatever. Besides the point, moving on to other gaming news. Another thing, I don't know if we can make a full topic about it, but apparently the Mafia. Why can't I never remember the name of this game? Mafia: The Old Country's release date has appeared online. Apparently, it says the information was published and quickly deleted. Let's see if I can actually find this. I love how they took the. I love that they took the release date out of the article. Okay, August 8th. I found it. But it was posted.
The article title.
Yeah, they took it out of the article for some
I hate
reason.
that. I understand you need clicks, but it pisses me off.
It's
I hate
stupid. I had to actually go find that. It was August 8th is what the release date was apparently posted as. So we'll see if that actually sticks and is true. The next one is Zelda Breath of the Wild on Switch 2 won't come with the DLC. Nintendo confirms, which is just fucking insane. It says the DLC will be available for purchase for around $20, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, just imagine releasing a game for $70, like your 8-year-old game, re-releasing it, more expensive than it was before, and not even including the DLC.
Without the DLC, dude, that just dude.
The game literally just aged 8 years and got more expensive, and nothing changed. You know, it's just crazy when you think about it.
And they took away the stuff that they added over the 8 years. So I said it before the show when we were talking about it. It just baffles me that Nintendo. It needs to be like a case study of how they can just continuously get away with this, and they've never been more popular. They have never been more but they just keep doing awful things. I don't understand it, but that's besides
They
the
like,
point.
yeah, like literally no one else in the industry could get away with that.
Dude,
Like that's just like not even EA does stuff like that, you know?
no.
Like if they release a game, they'll just include the DLC. Just it's just common sense to do that, you know? It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, why not, you know?
Because
Just
normally, when you release a game next gen of a popular game from last gen, it's usually the definitive edition with all the stuff. But
yeah.
Nintendo's like, fuck that. No, you're not getting it.
We're
You're
just gonna
gonna
give you. We're gonna charge you for $10 extra, and you're gonna like it.
you're
You
gonna
know.
pay for that stuff, and you're gonna pay more than what you paid last time. So deal with it. And everybody's just like, yay, and I don't get it. It's infuriating.
Because they're mentally ill. I don't know. I don't know.
They have. I mean, something's going on. And then
Something's happening.
finally, the last thing that I don't know that we can do a full topic about. Maybe I know, Twan, you might care about this. Toys for Bob says they would love to work on a new Banjo Kazooie.
I've been saying this for years that they should
Uh,
work on a new Banjo Kazooie,
but
especially ever
they,
since the buyout happened. You know.
yeah, they have officially said it themselves, and I'm
Well, they even
wondering.
said it before. They've even said it before that, believe it or not. Well, at
Well,
least
I didn't know
the
that.
head. Yeah, like the head of the team. I think I forgot his name. I think it was like it's a Paul or something. I forgot. But
Jack
anyways, he
Black.
even said like no, but he even said in a tweet like the head of like Toys for Bob, and it was like it was in a tweet like, oh, what platformer would you want to come back, right? And he replied Banjo Kazooie, and this is the guy that's like the head of Toys for Bob. And he said
Hmm.
this years ago, so he was there was definitely an interest even before, you know.
Well, that's good.
So
Hopefully, I mean, I don't have much nostalgia for Nintendo. I know Toys for Bob is not Toys for Bob, but Banjo Kazooie is very tied to Nintendo. Even though it's Microsoft owned at this point, it's very tied to
yeah,
Nintendo. So a lot of people would love to see that come back, and hopefully it does for them. But for me, I just don't. I don't
yeah.
really don't have much affinity. Ty, appreciate you for stopping by. He says, I hope they change the core structure of Last of Us and spend more time developing Abby before she did what she did. So season two hopefully ends. So you're saying season two hopefully ends with what happens to Joel? I mean, that would be. I'll tell you, that would probably be the smart way to do it because here's the thing. I think if they start season two off with, like, in the first two episodes, Joel just getting beat to death, people are gonna we're gonna have to go through that whole thing again of people hating Abby. And this time, instead of hating the character, although Laura Bailey, the actress for the video game, got a lot of shit for it, this time instead of hating the character, they can put a face to like a real person, and now they can hate that actual person, which is probably not going to be good. So hopefully they approach it in that way. I would hope so, just for the actress's sake, honestly. Um, he says, Tae says, when these losers bought 2D Metroid Dread for $60 and refused to buy Prince of Persia Lost Crown, a game with more content, they told Nintendo it was never about price because it's about quote unquote art. Here's the thing. I bought Metroid Dread. I bought Lost Crown. If I had to pick between which one I like more, and this is only playing about 2 to 3 hours of both of them, I'd probably go Lost Crown.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's
And I
that's
think the
some.
Lost Crown even launched at a cheaper price, like 40 or 50
It
bucks
did.
when it
It
came
did.
out.
And
Yeah.
I would probably go Lost Crown. Just I love the style of Metroid, and especially Metroid Dread. The style of that game is really cool, but gameplay wise, I would definitely go Lost Crown. But that's just me. Ty also says Nintendo's just following suit. I don't blame them. And to your point, I totally understand that. I think Nintendo's only, like, I can only sit here and say Nintendo's crazy and people are insane for supporting them. Like, it's easy for me to say that, but like realistically, that's the thing is people are still supporting them. So I can't really be upset at Nintendo for being like, oh, you're gonna still support us after we do this? Well then, yeah, we'll jack up the price. We're just gonna jack up the price until you tell us there's a line that we've hit. And I just don't know when that line is gonna be. It doesn't seem like we're anywhere close to it. So I guess good on Nintendo for just taking all their fans for everything they have, apparently.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
Because
the release of the Switch get delayed?
What's that?
Isn't not the? I mean, the pre-orders or something delayed.
Yeah, the pre-orders are delayed. And eventually that affected Canada as well.
Yeah, literally the night it was supposed to happen, it got delayed like hours, like just hours before it was supposed to go live in Canada.
That's
for some
crazy.
reason. Like I don't know why they decided to do that. I mean, they could at least told us it was gonna get canceled literally the day that US got canceled, but I don't.
Yeah, I know.
it.
What the fuck? Did they get to this? Like, did they really think you guys were like a fucking? Like, what are they doing? Did they forget to tell like you guys as well? Like,
oh yeah, Canada's a country too. Like, so.
It's like what are they?
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't get it.
It's messed up. I mean, well, here's the thing. Once those pre-orders go live, it's gonna be a lot of money. They're gonna make so much money.
I mean, yeah, definitely gonna sell out. That's for sure.
It's not gonna be for me, but they're gonna make so much money. So I guess good for them, I suppose. But yeah, that's the end of things, of the little things I wanted to bring up.
We didn't talk about Marathon though. Yeah, we didn't talk about Marathon.
That's what's up next. That's what's up next, and this is up next because this will actually be a topic.
I'm happy because I have things to say. I want you to go though. You start.
Well, I want to hear what you have to say because I have not talked to you about Marathon.
Oh, right, we haven't.
So Marathon gets a release date September 23rd of this year, so not too far from now. And they did reveal gameplay and their first gameplay trailer. And the game is, in case anybody was worried about them skipping out on multi-platform, the game is coming to PlayStation, Series X and S, and PC. So there's that as well. The thing that, in fact, actually, before I get into any of that, Mike, you've seen the gameplay trailer, right?
Yep. I mean, I even watched that gameplay overview and like other streamers playing it.
Okay, so what are your just some thoughts about Marathon?
I think the gameplay looks fun. I think Bungie has never had bad shooting mechanics ever. Like that's never was going to be an issue or a concern for me at all with this game.
Yeah.
To me, it's going to be a price point thing, and apparently the word is it's going to be $40. Nowhere the quote was like nowhere close to 70, and they're likely following like the Helldivers 2, like $40, and I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that's fair. I will say though, I am a little concerned out of the fact that they don't have a story yet, and I understand they're going for a. It's not a story game, obviously, and that's fine. Like I'm fine with that. Like if that's straight up the way they want to do it, that's fine. But they don't have a story yet. They don't even know what they're gonna tell yet. They know the format they're gonna tell it in, but they straight up told us there isn't a story yet. They're writing it right now, and this shit comes out in September.
No, they're writing it.
Yes, they're writing it, and it's gonna be told like in like seasonal, like kind of like how Destiny season type stuff works. I understand, once again, it's not the focal point of the game, and I don't even give a flying fuck about what's going on in Destiny's story, but mainly that's because I can't play the shit that was there, for the most part. So,
yeah.
That's one. I think the gameplay looks fun. I don't think the PvP aspect of the PvE was, like, actually all that bad looking. Once again, though, I'm still not really big into, what's it called? Extraction shooters.
Yeah.
But the gameplay looked fun. I'll give it that. But god damn, dude, it's just like it's so obvious they want like something big. It's gonna make them a ton of money, and I'm like, you already have it. Like, it's like you already fucking have it. Like, like you're telling me you can't find a way to like rebrand Destiny or like I don't know, dude. I really don't know. But
they'd rather kickstart a whole new game.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Like, what is so unbelievably wrong with Destiny that they can't make that profitable for anyone? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't get it. I mean, they're always like firing people like fucking like crazy. So what's going on? But anyways, sorry,
It's
I'm
a
kind
good
of on this
question.
droning.
No, you're fine.
But I really enjoy the gameplay, and I'm horrified though, because I think it looks fine. But I'm fucking horrified though about how this game's gonna do reception wise. Like, I
I,
really am.
I'm glad you said that because I feel a lot of the same way how you feel. But before I go, Twan, I don't even
Mhm.
know. Have you watched the gameplay reveal at
I
all?
have watched I watched the initial trailer. Like they showed some
Okay.
of the gameplay off, and even my two friends, they're like massive Destiny fans, right? They got like thousands of hours in like both Destiny 1 and 2. So yeah, and their opinion on it, and they look like they absolutely hated it. Like they were just shitting on it, or like, oh, this is like some of them were they were saying like they hope it flops. Like I don't know why they hated it so much. Like I looked
Jeez.
at it, I didn't think it looked that bad. You know, I thought it was just like okay, kind of
I think it
reminded
might
me
be
a
a
little
little
bit
too
of
colorful.
Destiny.
Not,
I
not,
mean,
I
it
don't
looked
think,
Yes.
not saying I don't like colorful cartoony games. It's just very
Yes.
yeah.
saturated.
Yes, it
Like,
is. Very
Yeah,
much
it
so.
kind of reminded me, like at least from what I saw, kind of reminded me like it looked like it played like Destiny, but like it had like a different art style going on with it, like the
yeah.
and it didn't look that bad. I don't think the art style looked that bad. It looked
I
kind
don't
of
think it
cool.
did either. I just think
Like
it was a little too bright in
yeah, yeah.
some ways, but that's just my personal
But I'm just
opinion.
curious, like, does this have any relation with like the actual like original marathon game at all?
I
I'm
don't.
Like,
trying to
is it
figure that out right now
I
because when
don't
I
think
played
we
the
like
know
original
that.
Marathon,
because
the shit was fucking different.
I'm thinking this
Like,
model just should have been a new IP like from the start. Like that's what it looks like
I
to me at
yeah,
least.
you're right.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know that we know the exact answer to that. If it's tied to it, because granted, I didn't watch the whole, like it was like an hour and a half, 2 hour live stream. So maybe they talked about it, but from what I've seen online, I've watched a couple of like impressions videos of it. People don't seem to be able to find a string between the original marathon and what this game is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
It's
guess not
really
even
just the
Bungie
name.
knows. I guess not even
Apparently
Bungie knows
not.
because apparently they're still writing it. You know, so I guess they're still
Yeah.
That's
figuring
what's
that out.
fucking crazy to me, dude. This is a reimagining of a classic first-person shooter. Like, it's like a franchise or whatever you want to say that already exists. How do you not have an idea? Like, I don't understand. That's the weird thing. And I'm not gonna pretend like I'm like all of a sudden I'm some major fucking marathon fan. I'm fucking not. I played a little bit of the original on through backwards compatibility, and then I played it again on PC because I got like a fan-made remaster that has like you can play it completely through co-op and shit. It's very cool what you can do on it. Um, yeah, but it's like I think the game's cool. I do. I think it's, but it's like I don't understand how they don't know what the fuck they're doing with the story. Like I don't know if like I missed something. Like when
I
I
don't think
played
you
it
did.
originally.
Huh.
Like,
I
I
don't
don't
think you
know because
did,
I remember
but
like
it's
the one I played. Like you're like in the middle of this massive like battle aboard like a ship of some sort, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
it's hard to say honestly. So my thoughts on it are I'm with Mike in the sense Bungie's never made a game where the gunplay has felt or looked bad. This is much of the same. The gunplay looks great because it's Bungie and they're fucking great at doing that. So that's not like if I was somebody who was excited for this game, I like even me. I've been skeptical, very much so about this game. That is one thing I've not been skeptical about. I know that will be good, and they showed that, so that's good. The game itself, like I didn't watch the whole overview. I'll have to watch that probably after the stream and see if I can get some
We can
more.
watch it
And
together if you want to fucking just take a peek. I'd be interested in
yeah,
watching it.
yeah, I might do that because I would like to get some more insight. I did watch a couple of people's early impressions or whatnot. I forget the one I watched. I watched it last night, but like,
They all kind of say the same thing I feel. Can I just say real quick?
go ahead.
Where it looks like it's fun, it's kind of cool, but like what the fuck's like the point? You know what I mean? Like it kind of
Yeah,
feels like what are we doing here?
like I even watched Chris Reagan react to it, and Chris Reagan loves Bungie, and even he was like, "This looks cool, like it looks fun, I guess, but like, is there like an actual overarching point to why this exists or whatever?"
Yeah, exactly.
And
What the fuck's the point?
that's kind of how I felt like when I watched the little gameplay reveal trailer. Like my only positive impression was the gunplay looks good, and I didn't leave that trailer thinking this is bad, I don't want to play it, and I also didn't leave thinking that this is great and I can't wait. I was just like, I'm kind of confused. I'm just kind of
Yeah.
confused as to why this needs to be a thing. To Mike's point of like you've already got a game, and you can argue like, yo, Destiny's not been super profitable in the last couple of years, and that's fair. There's tons of criticism for that, and that's totally fair. But like, there's got to be a way to turn that around that would be easier than just saying, hey, we're just gonna build a whole new fucking game, an entirely
Yeah.
new fucking game, and in a genre of game that like personally I don't care about, but a lot of people do love extraction shooters, and it's like, but here's the thing: is your game gonna be good enough to take people like that genre and take all the people playing Escape from Tarkov and say, I don't want to play Escape from Tarkov anymore. I want to play Marathon, because your game not only has to be as good as Escape from Tarkov, it has to be magnitudes better for that to happen. And that's the thing. Even if your game is better, like it's a better game, that's usually not going to be good enough. Like there's better battle royale games than Fortnite. It's not good enough. It has to be fucking magnitudes better. It has to be so much better that it's undeniable that nobody ever wants to play Fortnite again. And I just don't like for
I feel like the thing that could get like an edge for Marathon is just over like things like Tarkov and the other ones. They're mostly because, but from the gameplay I watched as well, it looks like it's gonna have more of like an approachable flair to it, and it's gonna be on everything. Most
That's
extraction
fair.
shooters I've seen kind of
That's fair.
pretty Millicim like, but like that's kind of the thing that it's just like, to me it's like not even like does it have to be better than everything else. It's like I just don't even feel like it really understands what it is at the same time. Like I don't know, it feels like when I looked at that game, I understand it's like a whole reimagining of what is Marathon. I all I see is the same name. I don't really understand how is this the same like world
Franchise, yeah.
like
Yeah.
like I don't know, like once again I'm not like some Marathon diehard. What I really know, I don't know, but it's just like from what I played,
Mhm.
I didn't see
You
it.
just don't see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll say because Ty said the same thing about Escape from Tarkov is not on consoles. I did see that is planned for 4 consoles.
Oh god, good for them. You know what's funny? I have a friend that loves Escaping from Tarkov, and there's a single player mod for that game that is like by considered by and large better than what the actual developers have given to that game, and the fucking devs hate that the people prefer it over the base game, and I think that's hysterical
That's great.
because it has more content and like whole gameplay mechanics, and it's hysterical. They hate it so much though, because of that.
That's great. Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. I hope Marathon is good for Bungie's sake, but also, like I was telling you, Mike, I also, oh god, it sounds so terrible to say, because I don't want anybody to lose their job, like any developer to lose their job. But I'm also like, there's a very small part of me that's like, maybe if this game flopped, that would be enough to get the management from Bungie that's been making all these fucking awful decisions. Maybe that would be enough to get them out of there, and then they could start fresh, and maybe have some good ideas and maybe push things forward in a positive way. But it's
Yeah.
like, in order for that to happen, this game has to flop, and then a lot of people probably have to lose their jobs, and it's like you don't want that to happen.
No.
Uh, I don't really know. I hope it's good because I want Bungie to do good, and I want the people who made the game to be proud of it and whatever. But like, I know for
I mean,
me,
best case scenario, this game comes out and it's just a banger, you know. That's just
Yeah,
best case scenario.
that is
Like,
definitely the best case scenario. I just don't know. I just don't think that, like, I don't love extraction shooters. That's like one strike against it already. The gunplay is going to be great. I already know that, so that's a positive. But my whole thing was like, I'll try it if it's free to play. It's
yeah.
not free to play.
No,
That's
yeah,
been
it's not
confirmed at
free
this point. And
to play.
to Mike's point, it probably will be the $40 thing because that seems like what PlayStation likes to do with their multiplayer games is $40.
Yeah. Mhm.
So, I mean, if that's the case,
You just
that's
gotta really be
gonna
convinced at that point, I guess.
yeah, I have to be like, if that's the case, I would have had to have been like kind of blown away, which is a
Mhm.
little unfair to them because it's like
Yeah.
it's like their first showing really of the game, and I'm asking them to you gotta blow my fucking mind,
Yeah.
and and that showing did not do that. I kind of left what I saw with the feeling of just a little bit of confusion,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I mean, again, the game could come out, it could be great and everything, and hopefully it is. But it's just I'm not sold on it yet. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Um,
This game have to like release with like a 90 on Metacritic to like make you raise your eyebrow or something, or
that would make me raise my eyebrow for sure. But then again, I would also like that's something I wouldn't buy that just blindly. I would have to have friends to play
yeah,
that with. Like Mike would have to get
that's true.
that. Ham would have to get
Yeah,
that. Vinny would have
yeah.
to get that. Like a bunch of my friends would have to get that for me to be like, okay, I'm in.
All right.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. September 23rd of this year, so it's not far off. I'm assuming in between now and then we'll probably see some more about it. So I guess there's that to look forward to. It is popping up, from what I understand. It's popping up now after the little showcase that they had on all platforms. You can like quote unquote pre-install it. Download like 300 megabytes or whatever. But like
300 megabytes.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's on all platforms now to install, quote unquote. So look forward to that if you're interested at all. Um, PS5 blows in the chat says marathon is depressing.
Kind of
Ray
is.
Ray Chi says he is asking for Half Life. He's asking for Half Life 3, Titanfall 3, and GTA 6 Shadow Drop. I mean, God, dude. Imagine Half Life 3 exists and Titanfall 3 exists, and they both come out this year right next to GTA
I
6.
actually might have a mental breakdown, but knowing
Yeah.
our luck, a nuclear war would be like fucking the day later. So,
Right?
Yeah.
no matter what.
Dude, that'd be the craziest. Like, I mean, with just GTA 6 dropping this year, it's already a pretty fucking crazy year. Add Half Life 3 to that. I mean, people would probably we'd probably see people would just go insane. There'd probably be violence. There'd probably be violence of people just losing their minds. But yeah, that's a marathon. I mean, if you're excited, that's cool. If not, that's also cool. The other thing I wanted to talk about, which I never got a chance to talk about on the channel, because well, that ties into it. In fact, you know what? Let's start it with Outer Worlds, and then we'll end on
That IGN gameplay fucking stinks.
exactly. We'll end on a good note, but we're gonna start with Outer Worlds, and that's not to say that Outer Worlds is bad, but the IGN gameplay. I don't know if you guys have seen it. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and just going over to IGN. IGN gameplay, Outer Worlds 2. I'm just gonna show it here on the stream.
Yeah, I
for
saw
you guys.
Ham react to it and just complain how slow the guy was moving.
Dude,
Like, through it.
I don't know who they're getting at IGN to play these games, but they stink. they're just bad. They're just bad at playing games, or at least they're bad at playing. Just coincidentally, they're bad at playing every game they're given to play. I don't know what's going on with it, but dude, if you're watching the stream, you can see this is the Outer Worlds 2 gameplay. It starts, he's panning the camera around very slowly. He's walking forward very slowly. There's also some screen tearing issue. I don't know if that's on Obsidian side or if that's like capture side with how IGN captured the gameplay. Who the hell knows? Um, but the overall takeaway from this gameplay is not that wow, this looks awesome, and visually it does look awesome. It's not that wow, this looks super fun, and there are some pretty cool things that he does in the gameplay. Well, there's one really cool thing that he does in the gameplay. My takeaway from this is, dude, whoever's playing this stinks, and they need to stop.
They really fucking stink.
Like, it's just nobody plays games like this. He's walking at like half a mile, like he's going
Dude,
like
I
at a
don't even
snail's
look.
pace.
Like it's like he's fucking using his his dragging himself by his hands, dude. Like
It's terrible.
I don't know.
It's almost unwise. Like it like you know what it does is it feeds into the conspiracy that IGN has it out for Xbox. That like
It kind of
like
does.
it feeds
kinda
into
does.
it feeds into that conspiracy of like, yo, we got this Xbox game. What's even crazy about this is they get a month of this. This isn't just like, hey, we're gonna show you this gameplay and that's it. IGN has a full month of coverage for the month of April for Outer Worlds 2. And this is how they kick it off.
Dude, can I just say when they did that thing where he's like trying to look through the wires and he's just slowly looking up at the wall at like -7 FOV, I nearly fucking had a breakdown.
Bro, this part right here, where he throws the grenade and shoots it, I'm like, that's so cool. But then afterwards, he just shoots this guy like twice, reloads, walks up really slowly, switches weapons, and then and then fires like 3 bullets in like a span of 10 seconds. I'm like, who plays a game like this? Who does that?
Yeah, it's just the classic journalism trope, right? Where, like, especially I forgot the other guy's name. You know, with the guy playing Cuphead, and he played like Doom 2016, just god awful gameplay.
The Doom
you know?
2016 gameplay is like it's like one of the most infamous memes in gaming from IGN.
And you know what really pisses me off too? It's just
I think they have to like
trying to
delete the
play like a
video
movie
after, like
game.
how bad
I
it
don't
was.
understand what was
Like-
going on in that entire gameplay clip.
Yeah. Raichi says he was efficient. He doesn't waste bullets. Excuses. Remember the community said the same thing at the Redfall gameplay. Yeah, but the Redfall gameplay was also terrible. But here's the thing. I'm not saying that the Redfall gameplay was terrible, but the game was amazing. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the Redfall gameplay was terrible, and also
That
this
Redfall
Outer
gameplay
Worlds.
was really bad.
Yeah,
That was
also
bad.
exactly. Also, this Outer Worlds 2 gameplay is fucking awful. It's like for whatever reason, IGN, like whether they get a good game or a bad game, they just don't seem to know how to play it to make it look fun or interesting or really anything at all besides just completely dull. They seem incapable of doing it. He says this gameplay does indeed look like someone who only played Myst in their life. Yes. PS5 Blood says dev mode Ocarina. Okay, he's talking to Ricci. Dev mode Ocarina of Time sounds like a good idea. So yeah, okay, so we started with Outer Worlds 2. We got the bad part of the way, which was the IGN gameplay, which is really the only thing.
It actually reminds me of another IGN gameplay, actually.
What's that?
I don't know if you guys remember when Sonic Frontiers first got revealed. Like, that was literally through IGN as well. Where Sonic Frontiers got the first gameplay, and it was through IGN. And it was really just Sonic, like, walking for, like, 20 minutes. Like, it was the worst gameplay I've ever seen in my life.
That episode of SpongeBob that was considered the lost episode. Does anyone remember that? For the love of God.
Oh, yeah, of course. They had, like, the walking cycles,
He's walking
right?
down the street. And it's just fucking, like him in like different animations. Oh my god, dude, that was incredible. It's fucking so weird, dude. That was like an actual dude, SpongeBob, man. Okay, sorry, I'm just about to go on a tangent. How fucking incredible it was to be like a part of all that, because that was just fucking
Yeah,
crazy.
we're just a bunch of
There's
walk cycles.
They're also, dude. Just a bunch of walk cycles. He starts throwing out all this like SpongeBob memorabilia, like his underwear, and,
like fucking rips off his underwear, you know.
Yeah.
But then the And then the parrot's all like, "Wait, that's not all of it." And he's like, "Really?" And like he just rewinds everything, puts his underwear back on,
Yep.
fixes everything. You know.
I
Dude.
just took a look at that
What?
Sonic gameplay, and that was terrible. It was really bad.
Yeah, like literally everyone when everyone saw that gameplay, everyone thought like, yeah, this game's gonna be a disaster, and it came out and fans loved it. So I mean, literally it was just
Yeah,
god awful gameplay. I mean, who even plays a Sonic game and walks? You're freaking Sonic. Like go
that's the
fast.
thing that's the
You
thing
know,
that confused
it's
me. It's like, dude, I don't know
you're-
how you're. I don't even know why walking's an option in a Sonic game, let alone why you're taking
Yeah,
advantage
right.
of it. Like, just it's so stupid. And I'm watching this
It actually
Outer
makes
But
no
Worlds
not only
sense.
gameplay,
that, but not only that, but they were recording like 30 FPS when the game, runs at 60. So it was just weird. Like I don't know.
and speaking of recording, again, I don't know if this is an Obsidian issue, like the game's
Yeah.
VSync is busted, or if it's again a recording issue from IGN's side. But dude, the screen tearing in this gameplay is like
Bad,
it's
bad.
I don't often notice screen tearing. Like I'll see a Digital Foundry video, they'll tell me a game has awful screen tearing, and I didn't notice it at all. But like, and that was back when like before I had a good TV that could like actually take care of that. But like, I'm watching this gameplay clip and it's just like, dude, the screen tearing is fucking atrocious. I don't know if this is a capture problem or if this is just the build or what's going on, but it's bad.
Mhm.
And
Dude, it was like I thought my fucking like computer was wigging out when I was
yeah,
watching.
Yeah.
thought my fucking GPU was like artifacting or something. Like I didn't know what was happening. But I don't know. It is what it is. They showed the gameplay they showed. I'm like, despite it being awful, awful gameplay, I'm still really hyped. Also, speaking of Outer Worlds, and this kind of leads into the whole thing that we'll talk about here in a second, but that did get announced as the show closer for Xbox this year for their summer showcase,
Yeah.
which they surprisingly announced a lot earlier than they normally do. I think normally
Yeah,
they
I'm
announce
surprised.
that they announce
When
that
I
in
saw that, I
May
was like,
normally.
yeah, because when I saw it, I was like, man, is this happening already? And then I realized, okay, no, it's still happening in June. Like I thought they were gonna
Yeah,
announce it for like May or something. I was like, what the hell, you know?
yeah, they
But then I
announced it
saw the date.
very early, which I'm not mad at. That's good. I'm also thrilled that it's on a Sunday, which to Mike brought it up that it normally is on a Sunday. It's just that like for I don't know the Game Awards, Developer Direct,
Mm.
and there might have been something else in there. I can't exactly remember, but Game Awards and Developer Direct was Thursday, like right when I went to work. It's like as soon as I
Yeah.
went to work, the show was starting.
I think I
Except
remember like watching it in the car or something. Like,
except for the Game Awards started later that night. But regardless, it's on Sunday. That's good. I can't wait to see it. Outer Worlds closes the show, and then I brought it up to you. I think it was you, Mike, where we were talking about Outer Worlds. I wonder if this means Outer Worlds is like a lot closer than anybody probably expected. Like, as in, maybe it drops soon after the showcase, kind of thing. Because if they're showing off gameplay, as terrible as that gameplay was, if they're showing off gameplay and then it's closing the show, I'm wondering maybe that's ready. Maybe it's like ready and they're just going to drop it, late June or something like that. I don't know.
That
Because
would be fucking nuts, dude. Because that game's way further along than I thought it was gonna be. Like,
it looks like it is. It definitely looks like it is. I, I
part of me is
assume
also
that,
kind of like how big of a the game is. I'm not saying like all these games need to be infinitely long. I don't want that, especially from Obsidian, because they don't want to do that. But I'm also kind of like, because it's Obsidian's putting a lot of fucking work in, dude. They're doing a lot.
yeah,
Like,
that literally just came out this year, right? I mean, now they're working
Yeah.
on this.
like
How big is their team, anyways? Like,
PS5 Blow says, I tried playing the first Outer Worlds recently. It needs FPS boost. It is 60. It is 60 on the new consoles. There was an update a couple years ago for it to be 60 on Series X and Series S. I think Series X is like 4K upscaled or whatever, and Series S is like 1080p or something like that. But yeah, it is 60. I actually was playing around on it recently. It is 60 FPS on Series X. So if you got a Series X or Series S, I'd say download it again. um, and give it a shot. But it should be 60. Wait, what were you about to say, Mike?
I honestly don't even remember what I was going to say anymore. I honestly have no idea.
That's fine. Okay, so okay, yeah, you have a Series S. Yeah, give it a shot. Download it again. Give it a shot. Maybe I'm
Oh
wrong.
yeah, I remember
maybe
now. The
maybe it's
fucking that re-release they did for The Outer Worlds.
yeah. That
Yeah, like
don't
on
do that.
PC with a rate, like the lighting was broken. I don't know if they ever
Don't buy
fixed
that.
that.
Yeah, here's the thing. I enjoyed the lighting on the console because it was like everything wasn't it didn't feel completely oversaturated. And here's the thing. I played it and I was like this is visually a little bit better. And then I went back and played the original and was like actually it's not that much better at all. It's not really better.
Yeah, it's more like a different artistic take. I mean, it's still gorgeous,
Yeah.
and maybe in some ways, it was, I guess, better. But like, it's kind of like once again a very artistic type of game. But dude, I gotta say, it'd be nighttime, and I'd go out into like the fucking middle of like nowhere, and I wouldn't be able to see at all. Like,
Yeah.
it was
really,
fucking
really dark.
crazy.
It's very
And I
dark.
was like, is there a fucking flashlight in this game? I'm like, nope.
No.
And it was
No
just 'cause it was
flashlights.
broken. I didn't mean to make it that dark.
Yep. Has this feature.
It's crazy.
Ty says so 2023 we had Starfield closing the showcase, 2024 Call of Duty, 2025 is Outer Worlds 2 as opposed to Fable. Is this a downgrade? Well, I would imagine Fable was probably the was going to be the thing until they found out that it needed another year.
They gotta they gotta work on that PS5 version.
Exactly. I think once they found that out, they probably said, "Okay, what can we put here that is a I mean, relatively speaking, a big game from our first party studio that hasn't come out yet." I mean, well, Raichi also asked this question, which is a good question. He says, "Are we are still getting a COD this year, right?" He says, I mean, that's the thing. I think I forget what show I was watching like last year when they announced Call of Duty was going to be the developer direct, or not the developer direct, but the Xbox, whatever the fuck, direct after the showcase. And like everybody was like, well, obviously it's going to be COD every year, right? And I was saying, well, I was thinking and hoping that they don't do that because like is Call of Duty's cool and everything. Yeah, Call of Duty's cool and everything, but like every fucking year at the end of every show, considering all the games that Xbox is gonna have, now they own like a trillion fucking studios and we're just gonna see COD every year. That would be kind of boring. But
I mean, Black Ops 6 was a little special, it was a special case.
It was like,
exactly.
we own this bitch.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Exactly.
Like,
that was exactly what it was. It was them being like, this is at our showcase because we own it. And that was the first time that Call of Duty was at an Xbox showcase in a long time. Like, in a meaningful way. I mean, obviously, I think they showed a little trailer the year before for MW3. But, like, in a meaningful way, that was the first time that Call of Duty was at an Xbox showcase forever. And they really took advantage of that.
It was like, not only that, but it was like, the next big mainline Black Ops games. It was a big deal. Like, it was a, 4-year development cycle. It was
they knew the game was going to be good. They were very confident in that game. So, yeah. But I get what you're saying, Raichi. Like, there's definitely a case to be made that they could just show Call of Duty every year and that could be the thing. I'm glad that they're not doing that. And to Ty's point, is this a downgrade? Like I said, I think they would much prefer to have Fable there, but Fable's not coming out this year. And Xbox seems to want to just focus on, the next year for their showcase. So I get it that it's not there. I think Outer Worlds 2 is probably the next obvious choice. Unless there was like a surprise of Gears E-Day coming this year, which I don't think is happening at this point. Ty says Call of Duty should still get a developer direct separate from the showcase. Well, they will, because Call of Duty always does like a deep dive They always do like a deep dive for every Call of Duty every year before it launches, so they'll get that. It just won't be at this showcase. So, let's see. Raichi says last time we got COD was the fish AI and the detailed dog in 2013. Yes, that was the last Call of Duty at an Xbox showcase. And it went on to be like one of the most hated Call of Duties ever. Even though I loved it, but whatever. That's besides the point.
That campaign was dog shit.
Here's the thing. I don't remember anything about that campaign.
All the combat was fantastic. No, let me get this straight. All the set pieces were incredible, but that ending with like, oh, dude, oh, fucking Jesus. Okay, no. I'm still angry about it. And that shit came out literally over a decade ago.
I did. I don't remember anything about the campaign. I beat it. I know I beat it. I have the achievements to show that I beat that. I don't know or remember anything about that campaign. All I remember is that I played a ton of really unhealthy and gross amount of multiplayer.
Which game are we talking about? Sorry,
Ghost.
Oh yeah. That was ass. Yeah.
Shut up,
Yeah, the
Twan.
multiplayer. I mean, like honestly, I didn't think the multiplayer was that bad. I mean, I think some of the maps were. I think some of the maps were a little ass, but yeah, the single player I do not remember what happened.
You're a little ass, Twan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how I feel.
You say Twan has a little ass, I'm scared.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Do what I will say, Ghost did well though. I think the DLC maps are pretty cool. What they did with the care packages and how you can have
the DLC maps are like unanimously the favorite maps from that game.
Yeah, like they had the whole Michael Myers thing, which is kind of cool. And there's one where like you play as a predator, even though those kill streaks are usually pretty busted. Where you had like I think the predator, I think once the predator died,
plays Josh. Plays Doctor Disrespect. It's not good.
No, no, you know what I mean. But I just know I know when the predator, when you killed the predator, right? He would literally blow up and it would be like a nuke basically. It was busted. But it was cool that the maps got their own kill streaks essentially.
Yeah. Let's see. Raichi says, does anyone remember Blizzard bragging about their fishes and the internet smoked them by comparing the fishes from Mario 64? I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Is that Diablo thing? I don't know.
Blizzard?
Yeah, Blizzard. Unless he's talking about, are you talking about like Call of Duty, like the Call of Duty developers like Treyarch, Infinity Ward?
Yeah, about the
who did Ghost? It was Infinity Ward, right?
Yeah,
pretty sure it was Infinity Ward.
Sledgehammer.
No, because Sledgehammer was Advanced Warfare the year after.
Yeah.
Activision. He's talking about Activision. Ty says, what are the predictions for the showcase? We could get into that, honestly. Blind says, a few months ago I found an original Ghost poster from a midnight release. That's pretty dope. I have somewhere, in fact, if I find it, I'm going to put it up in here. But I have a poster from, that's actually two posters. One side is Call of Duty World War II, and the other side is Destiny 2. I had it up in the place that we used to live. I got to find it. I know I have it, but I got to find it. And if I do, I'll actually put it up on the wall back here. But Ty says, what are the predictions for the showcase? Do you guys have any predictions for the showcase this year from Xbox?
There's one. I think the Gears collection will probably get announced.
That's a good prediction. That's a good prediction.
We're gonna see more of what's that one game?
I've heard some people say a Persona 4 remake might get announced, but I don't know about that one. But it would be crazy if it did, honestly.
Maybe.
We literally just got Persona 3 remake like last year, So I think it might be a little too early for that, but like.
Those games like take 12 days to make. It's no big deal. No, I'm just kidding. Mike, what'd you say?
What was I gonna fucking say? Avalanche's game, Contraband.
That would be good. Because, dude,
yeah.
we haven't seen that game. They showed us that game in 2021?
Avalanche
was I completely forgot that was
the
thing.
other day. Like that, I was reading about that. They put out how they're working on was it called? I already just said the name, Contraband.
Contraband.
They're like, need more people. So
Well, at least it's
who
still
knows?
alive, I guess, you know?
That game's gonna be absolutely nothing like we thought it was. That's for sure.
Dude, I wouldn't
I'm
doubt
excited
it.
to play that FTC Firebreak or whatever the fuck it's called.
That looks kind of interesting, honestly. And it comes to Game Pass, so I don't gotta buy
I
it.
love horde shooters, dude. I love them. I mean, look how much time I put into Dark Tide.
And it's co-op. It's co-op. Co-op.
Absolutely.
Rachie says info about Coalition side project would be good. Well, that's interesting because I don't know if there is a side project Coalition because wasn't there that whole thing of like, hey, the Coalition's working on something that isn't Gears related, and then like it came out like a year later, Microsoft canceled that.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's still happening, or maybe you're talking about something else. Maybe there's another rumor that I missed. I could be a little out of the loop here, so inform me, Rachie, in the chat if you can. But I mean, I would like an update from the Coalition in general because I would like to see Gears E-Day. I mean, it would be weird for them to show Gears E-Day last year and then not show anything this year. So I would assume we'll see something about that. I would also assume we'll see something about Fable, probably a mention of Fable, even though that's not coming this year now. Trying to think. You know what I want to see, especially after last year, because what they showed last year looked fucking sick. Is Perfect Dark. I want to see more
Dude,
Perfect
yeah.
Dark.
Please.
I definitely want to see that. I want to see Clockwork Revolution. I need to see more of that.
Shit, yeah.
And then I want a surprise. Give me a surprise. Something we don't know about yet. Rachie mentions Everwild. That's still MIA. You're right. The Everwild's been like a myth ever since it's been shown. I mean, there's a lot of people who would love to see Everwild, so that should be there. I mean, that should be there. Is it going to be there? We don't know, but that should be there. It's what, 2025? When did they first show that? In 2020? 2019, I think they first showed that shit. So like you would hope that that's there, but I don't know at this point. Let's see. Tai says Ninja Theory should show off Project Mara. That would be cool. I don't know what the hell Project Mara is supposed to be, other than just some terrifying game. But it's like some horror game that takes place in the offices of Ninja Theory. I don't know what's going on with that game, but apparently it's supposed to be just a really terrifying game. So if you're into that, that's cool. State of Decay, Raichi says, yeah, we need to see that.
Holy shit, I forgot that game even existed.
Exactly. Like, dude, there's like an infamous list of games.
Or like,
from like
Everwild, like who
Yes.
knows if that's gonna come out. Like,
there's like an infamous list of games from like the 2020, from like them showing them off
even
between
before 2020.
Yeah, 2019 to 2021 of games that they've showed off. That some of them we still don't even know anything about. Like Contraband's on there.
Gameplay, you know.
Yeah, Contraband's on there that you mentioned. They just said State of Decay, even though they showed a little thing of State of Decay last year, which was cool, but that's not enough.
Yeah, Everwild.
What the fuck?
Perfect Dark showed a little bit last year, which was nice, but Perfect Dark was on that list. So like, yeah, there's a lot of things that they need to show, and then I would also, like I was about to say, I would also like to see something new, and of course
Like,
I don't know. What's that?
I'm sure fucking Blade's gonna be the same situation where we're playing.
Oh, dude, we're not seeing Blade for a couple years. I think, especially because that was at the game. Especially that game was at the Game Awards, and not the Xbox show. So I think like them being at the Game Awards was just them saying, "Yo, the game exists. We do like you can stop asking us for a Marvel game. There's one in the works. Shut up and leave us alone." That was basically what that showing was. Like, shut up and leave us alone. You'll get it whenever the fuck you get it. I don't think we get. I think Blade might be like a next gen game. I don't think Blade might not come out this gen. I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. Let's see. Tony Hawk 3 and 4, that's fair. Wait, because that launches the same month, right? It
That's
launches
coming out
June.
soon. Yeah.
So yeah, I would imagine that'll be there in some shape or form. Ty says, "Do we see the Kojima game for Xbox?"
Oh
I,
yeah, that's right. OD.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't be mad at that. I would hope so. That'd be cool to see. Just because I don't know what the fuck that game is.
Yeah.
Um, I know
I don't think
Jordan
Kojima even
Peele's.
knows what that game is.
He probably doesn't, dude. I say this so much. I specifically remember being interested in Death Stranding. Eventually, I played Death Stranding and I loved it. But like, I
Yeah.
was interested in Death Stranding until I saw an interview right before the game launched with Kojima, and he's like, "I gotta be honest, I don't even know what this game is." And I'm like, how'd you make the game? You don't know what the fuck it is. I don't want to buy it now." So he might not know what that game is. All I know is
Yeah.
Jordan Peele's involved and it's Kojima, and those
Mhm.
two people are both insane. So I would expect it to be insane. That's all I got. Um, Raichi says Obsidian will be able to spit something else out of nowhere. They might. The
Dude, no,
fucking
he's not kidding, dude. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if they have like a game that's like they're like waiting to show us, and it's gonna come out like a day after fucking Outer Worlds 2. It's like,
fuck yeah,
it's
dude.
like
Really grounded
they're
too.
kinda like,
Yeah.
it's grounded too.
They might do that. I like Obsidian
Fallout New Vegas too or something. I don't know.
bro. If
Yeah.
I don't love, here's the thing: Fallout New Vegas isn't my favorite Fallout. But if they remastered any Fallout, I'd be fucking ecstatic. Like Fallout 3, New Vegas, 4 doesn't need it, obviously. Even if they wanted to go back and do like remake 1, 2, or something like that, I'd be thrilled about that. I'd be thrilled. Ty, yeah, dude, Ty is bringing up a bunch of shit here. He says, "Are we expecting a showing from the Elder Scrolls Online studio?" I mean, they're working on a new game. They have been for a while, so maybe we see that. And that might be one of the because like I said, I expect to see at least one new thing here. Probably a couple new things we've never seen, but at least one new thing. I'm gonna call it now. I think that'll probably be one of the new things we see here. Is something from Elder Scrolls Online Studio, or ZeniMax Online. I think they're called. We probably see something new from them. Raichi says Zenless Zone Zero will make an appearance. I gotta be honest. I don't even know which one Zenless Zone Zero is. Isn't that is that one of the anime games?
That's basically like the people that made like Genshin Impact. That's like their new game. They had it on
Is
PlayStation
is
5
it
for a
is
while.
it the Hoyoverse people?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh god damn. They're just everywhere at every showcase. They have like 18 different games announced at every showcase. I don't know how they keep doing it.
Yeah, especially at the Game Awards. You know,
Dude,
they'll have like four or five games. They'll
Dude,
show.
the Game Awards last year, this at the Jeff Keighley Summer Showcase, it was like they showed like 15 games. I was like, dude, how? Why are they doing this? It's insane. And it's and they
It is
and they
insane.
and they all and I'm ignorant here.
That's about to get fucking tilted. I can
Maybe maybe I'm ignorant here, but every single fucking game looks the same. I'm just like, why are these called different things? Why are these called different
Dude,
things?
And no one could be like, oh, you're just dude, like you see these characters and it's like teenage school character number 3 of the fucking
Yes.
7th. Dude, I'm gonna have a mental breakdown.
I'm like,
And
why
on
do
the
there
Persona,
need
I
to be
just see
this
school
many?
children.
There don't need to be
What'd you
these many
say?
games.
Yeah, no, seriously. Oh.
Just make one and move on. That's it. That's all we need.
Yep.
Yeah, just add
let's-
DLC to Genshin Impact or something. I don't know.
Ty makes a good point. Because COD is now associated with Xbox, can we assume that we won't be seeing any more Battlefield at the Xbox showcases? Here's the thing. I think we will because EA and Xbox are still very closely intertwined because of the whole Game Pass thing. So I think we probably would.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I'd say yeah. Yeah.
I think it'd be a little awkward, especially with how hard Xbox is going to be pushing Call of Duty. But you know, Here's the thing: I don't think they would go to PlayStation because and not say like obviously the game's going to be on PlayStation. I don't think they would go to a PlayStation showcase, or not that PlayStation does regular showcases anymore, but like there was that whole thing a couple years ago when they announced they were buying ABK, and I can't remember who it was. It might have been Jim Ryan. Was like, "What are we?" He basically said something to the effect of like, "What are we supposed to do now? Market Battlefield? Nobody cares about that." And
Yeah,
it,
I remember that.
and it was just like, I don't think you should have said that out loud. So I don't know. I think it'll still be at Xbox. Will it be there this year? Maybe, because aren't they working on a new Battlefield that's supposedly coming out? I guess in the grand scheme of things soon.
I know they're working on a new Battlefield. I know that much.
Yeah, so maybe it'll be there. Rachie says
No one
woofering.
wants that.
Yeah, no,
Nobody
what
wants
are,
that piece of shit.
what are we supposed to do with that?
Like, oh my god, dude.
It's like, God, why are you just making enemies for no reason? Shut your mouth.
Dude, they like shit on like absolutely everything. Like when they're like, how about this franchise? Like, fuck no. It's like, okay.
Like, our studios,
What do you
our
think,
studios
broke?
stink. Our studios stink. We can't do anything. I'm just like, dude, just shut your mouth.
God damn.
Rachie says Wuthering. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Wuthering Wave and Zinla Zone Zero were killing each other's in the chat just for Balatro winning mobile game of the year. Okay, so I'm assuming the fan bases were just tweaking because
I don't even know what that game even is.
I've never
heard
heard
it
of
in one
Wuthering
game.
Wave.
No, Balatra.
You don't know what
Balatro.
Balatro is?
Balatro's this little solitaire, like the solitaire. I've never played it, but it's like
no, it's actually pretty good. It's basically like you play poker, you get like poker hands, and it's like it's basically like a
Is there a
roguelike
gun?
poker game.
yes,
no,
there's
no
yes,
guns.
no, there's guns. There's guns.
No, it's pretty fun. I really like it. Yeah, I'm surprised you know about Balatro. It's pretty big, honestly. Like
It's
Usually,
very,
Usually, to be
very
honest with you, I just like
incredibly
switch
popular.
Steam by like
Yeah.
shooter, and then I just look at that, or like
Huh.
hack and slash. That's kind of what I do.
That's fair. Yeah, I've never played Balatro, even though it is apparently. I hear, from
Honestly,
what
I
I
like it.
understand, Loke tells me don't ever play it because the same thing will happen that happened with Vampire Survivors, where I was like, hey, let me give this a shot. And then I'm addicted to it for like months.
Mm.
So he says
the thing
don't
is,
even
like, if
play
you
it.
want Balatro, just like get it on your phone. Like it's actually like a nice game to get on your phone because
I don't need that on my phone if it's addictive. If it's addictive, I don't
No,
need that on my
right?
phone.
Dude, right?
Really?
We'll never hear from Matt again.
I
Put
don't-
it on your phone. Fucking you.
You're on your phone. I just talked to you. I haven't showered in 7 days, guys. I just,
I am
Right? It's
Balatro.
a pretty fun game. It's a pretty fun game. You know me, like I wasn't like that. Like I thought Vampire Survivors was okay, but I didn't really love
Vampire
it.
Survivor
honestly.
fucking rocks.
dude, Vampire Survivors was.
And those games in general rock.
Yeah, that game was a fucking whirlwind because I tried it. I was like, dude, I'm gonna try this game and it's gonna fucking suck, and I'm just gonna be mad that everybody loves it. So, and then I tried it, and I was like, this is fucking incredible. I can't stop playing it.
You gotta put more
Me,
Halls of
I
Torment.
just need to push. I
You
need to
need to
push
play-
buttons. That's
Halls
Halls
if
of
you
Torment. I
like
still
that-
have it installed. I still have Halls of Torment installed.
Please play it. Like I promise you. It's
I've
like-
played it.
it's
I've
a
played it
combination
before,
of, like,
'cause we played it-
Diablo And
We played it when we were all in me, you, and Ham, because I think you gifted it to Ham, right?
yeah, it was like $2.
Yeah, so me, you, and Ham were in a Discord one day and we were all playing it, and I was really enjoying it because that was right after me and Ham kind of stopped playing Diablo and started playing
Yeah.
Vampire Survivors, and then you told us about that, and I really enjoyed it, and I think Ham said he was really enjoying it as well, and I know you fucking love the game.
I think I
Uh,
put 60 hours into it.
I haven't played it in a while
That's
though, but
a lot for
I
that kind of a game, man. And that was before it came out of early access. Like,
yes, yes. I haven't played it in a while, but I know for a fact I still have it installed. In fact, I have it installed on my ROG Ally, my Steam Deck, and my PC. Raichi also says Balatro's on Game Pass, so if you ever want to try it, it's
It's
on
on
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass.
Oh,
My cousin
I'll give it a
played it
shot.
on Game Pass and he really liked it.
I
and
need
he
to
ended up
actually
getting it on
get
his
some
phone.
Game Pass. I don't have it right now currently.
Get you some Game Pass. Game Pass.
Don't ever
Game
talk to me like that
Pass.
ever again.
Game Pass.
I want to go back to playing Generation Zero. I love that game. I thought that
Good.
game was fucking awesome.
You're gonna have to get it on Game Pass.
That's fine, honestly. That's the reason that makes me get back into playing it.
Mm.
Because
No,
that was
it's
actually a
not.
really fun game. It was jank as fuck when we first played, and it's still jank as fuck. I'm not gonna just sit here and lie to you. I mean, I'll lie to you about other things, but not that. But
Oh,
it's
I
a
know.
really fun game. It's plenty of content, and it's like one of those things where I really enjoy it. So, yeah.
I'm gonna-
sorry.
Glad you enjoyed it.
You're
man.
fine. You're
Glad
fine.
you enjoy it.
I'm gonna have to make a list of like my actual predictions for this showcase, and I'm gonna have to like save it or something and see how much I get right. I actually want to try that this year. Maybe like because I'll probably end up live streaming a reaction to it, and if that's the case, then I'll probably like have to figure out a way to make like a game out of it. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'll have to put together a list of like actual predictions I have for what's happening at this showcase. I would imagine it's going to be good. Like that's really all I've got. I imagine it's going to be good because I can't really imagine a world where it's not good, and Microsoft owns like 7 trillion studios. So
Dude, if
you know-
Microsoft ever has a bad show again, like they might need to be like, there needs to be like a case study.
yeah,
on them.
they need to be investigated if they have a bad show.
Like,
My Blind says he re-downloaded it. Mike, we gotta play. I don't know. He's talking about Generation Zero. Okay. Yeah, so there you go.
I'll get PC Game Pass again, Blind. When are you gonna be on? Like, when are you free? You can just message me that. I don't know why I'm asking you. Like, this is like a fucking back and forth, right? But we gotta play it. We gotta.
Raichi says World of Warcraft on console.
Yeah, I'm surprised that never happened yet, honestly.
I think it'll happen. I just don't know how soon that's gonna happen. Because Blizzard's, I mean, granted, from what I understand, they have a whole team that does World of Warcraft. They have a whole team that does Diablo. I think they have a team that still does StarCraft updates. So like, I'm sure they're kind of segmented, so where they can do that. But like, I just don't know. Especially because there's that whole rumor of that like Blizzard is working on like an FPS StarCraft game, which we don't know if that's true or not. Maybe that'll be at this showcase. Who knows? But like, there's that whole rumor, so it's like I don't know. Do they have enough time to support this fucking massive ass PC game to console?
No, seriously.
I mean, maybe if they outsource it to somebody, get like a port studio or somebody to do it. But would Blizzard want that? I don't know. We'll have to find out. Yeah, he says we want many things, but they
I
can't.
don't know why the way
do
you said
everything.
that was funny to me. I don't know why, because it's almost like cynical sounding. Would Blizzard want that? I don't know why that was so funny to me.
They might not. They might not want it.
You might not, you know.
Reishi says we want many things, but they can't do everything at the same time. Exactly. We all have expectations, but they can't hit every single
Bullshit.
one.
Just kidding.
Mike's like, fuck that. This is fucking nonsense.
Bullshit.
All right.
No.
I'm right there with you, honestly. But we've been going an hour and 33 minutes and 45 seconds. So we're going to do the outros. We're going to get up out of here. But
All right.
somebody get us started. And I'm going to go with Mike. Outro.
That's his
right.
outro.
That's his outro.
Yeah.
Mike just vibrates until the show ends.
That's how we end the stream.
Mike, let them know where they can find you on Twitch.
Oh yeah, you can find me here on Sundays. I'm
What
also
your
sometimes
Twitch?
on Twitch at Hard Date. You fucking dickhead.
Tell them about your
Say-
Twitch.
Oh my god. Hard Days Mike on Twitch.
Let's go, Twan. Let them know where they can find you, and let them know about your
Find me in
fucking
Canada.
huge. You're huge. That not for long, bud. Find you in America. America.
God, I'm so
Yeah,
sad.
no, it's only a matter of time until it becomes a state, I guess.
Yep.
No, please don't joke. Don't let them normalize it.
Yeah.
So, Twan, tell
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'll tell him. I'll tell him.
go ahead.
Yeah, you could find me on. I got my massive YouTube channel. You
Yep,
know, billions
couple
of
million
billions of
followers.
subscribers. I think I'm like almost the most subscribed person on the platform. I think I'm reaching
Definitely
that.
the most subscribers in Canada.
Yeah, and yeah, so yeah, that's a thing. And then I'm also on Twitter. It's Mitwan. That's my Twitter. And then I got a Blue Sky. I haven't really used that much, but it's there. I don't even remember the handle for it, so I guess you just find it.
I'm pretty
And
sure
just
it's the
don't.
same thing as your Twitter. I'm
Probably.
almost
Yeah.
positive it is.
Yeah.
If it's not, then I lied. But who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
well, I can
I
lie
think I'm.
about
I think
whatever
I'm.
I want.
I think I made a post like a month ago on.
Believe it or
I'm
not,
probably.
Richie, he has more subscribers than Linus Tech Tips.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yes, so it is. It is the most subscribed channel in Canada.
Yeah.
As for myself, you can find me obviously here every Sunday for this show, 8 p.m. Eastern, with these guys. You can also find me here Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern for the two. Why did I mess that up in my head? The two-player podcast with myself and Ham Solo. And then I'll stream video games. I'm going to be streaming a game here tomorrow. I don't know what game. I might stream more of the thing remastered. We'll see how that goes. But I'll stream a game here tomorrow. I'll stream Monday, Tuesday, Saturday are going to be like me just playing games. And then the podcast days of Sunday and Wednesday. And then videos throughout the week whenever I feel like there's news or something interesting to talk about or something interesting to play or test out or whatever. We'll see how that goes. But you can also find me on Blue Sky, Matt Likes Games. I technically still have an account on Twitter, but I'm never using that. So really, honestly, don't even bother. Just follow me on Blue Sky, and you can follow me here. But that's where I'm at. Thank you all for watching. We're going to get up out of here, and we will see you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.